Hello and welcome to Digi8.com.
In this video, we are going to cover the topic on self-assessment. Now let's start with the definition of self-assessment. Assessment implies figuring out or guessing the value of something and then taking required decisions on problems. Other words used include examination, evaluation, etc. In the same way, self-assessment is a capacity to analyze oneself and understand how much growth has been made. It is an ability that lets people assess their own performance. They can identify their strong points and flaws. They can also come up with their own solutions. Moving on. It is a process of analyzing oneself to find out what features are central to one's individuality. The goal of self-assessment is to let a person find out their scope of skills by themselves. They can then work upon them without a supervisor. The queries that need to be answered are: what are the obstacles? What strengths do I have? What are the hurdles? Etc. Self-assessment is part of the official worker assessment that happens annually. Employees can talk about their strengths and how they have grown in the previous year. Moving on to the importance of self-assessment. First, self-assessment is critical in academia as much as it is professionally. Most firms need the skill and it is thus essential to have. Along with an official assessment, it is also needed for every worker's personal growth. Some of its plus points are: first, self-assessment builds faith in one's skills. In addition, it takes care of the anxiety around work. Next, it lets workers assess their strengths and weaknesses, correct problems, and improve quickly. Moving on, this is also called working on capacity. It lets people choose professions that are best for them. They can go for skill development classes that are suited to them. A person might not be good at interacting with other people. This makes marketing a poor choice for them. Thus, it assists one in coming up with CVs and resumes. They can better point out what their advantages and unique skills are. This can make the person's application stand out. Moving on. How to improve upon self-assessment skills. First, inquire. Knowing what to ask is central to self-assessment. The skill of asking relevant and targeted questions should be nurtured. A person can find out why, how, and what they have an issue with. They can discover how and why they did well at a task. Next, write down goals clearly. It can help to put into writing the goals that will help one achieve their target. Performance can then be evaluated according to them. The year-end achievements can then be assessed according to the goals laid out at the beginning. And finally, create a system for grading performance. A grading system can be built for performance. They can be used for official assessments. The assessment paper for abilities can look like this. Self-confidence could be given 10%, followed by zeal at 10%, friendliness 30%, self-assurance 20%, and communication 30%. Moving on to how to perform a self-evaluation. First, keep the required features. A self-evaluation can consist of characteristics like performance that might have to be worked upon, criticism of work behavior, how achievement was reached, your pros and cons, and accomplishment in one's task. Next, a timeline for assessment has to be fixed. Progress can be mapped every week, month, or year. The time and date of tasks that were done better than the required should be remembered. They can also include conference meetings that went well. Next, showing instances of when things were achieved can drive home the self-assessment being made. Next, explain the success. Projects that are best suited to the key interests of the firm, along with the ones where peak performance was on display, can be highlighted. Projects that contributed the most to the firm and team can be pointed out. Next, strengths and weaknesses should be listed with examples. It helps to ponder over one's strong points and how they helped you get where you are during self-assessment. Being particular when describing one's actions as a worker is of great help. Next, come up with an honest assessment. Identifying and noting down achievement is crucial to self-assessment. However, they also have to be genuine. The assessment should detail the accomplishments and also departments that have to be improved. Next, be professional. It is important to keep in mind who the assessment is being given to. If it is a manager, it is wise to use a professional tone and avoid a more casual approach. It would become essential to highlight the performance and be as genuine as possible. Next, employ action words. An effective self-evaluation employs action words to put its point across. Words like dedicated or focused indicate initiative to whoever might be going through the report. Next, edit and format the report. The self-assessment report must be formatted. In addition, it has to go through an edit for any spelling mistakes and grammatical errors. The font has to be professional. This can be Calibri, Arial, or Times New Roman. And finally, seek out feedback. Self-assessment offers a great chance. The employee can request insights and assessments from the supervisor or employer. The list of weaknesses, strengths, and accomplishment is already created. There is also a mention of improvement plan as seen by the employee. Seeking out feedback can allow the managers to point out how they see the employee's various characteristics and performance. So that's it, folks. This brings an end to the topic on self-assessment. These are some of the sources and links referred to for the content in the video.
Thank you and see you in the next video.